What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Take a quick second and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that notification bell. All kinds of videos, different topics dropping daily. But I wanted to tap in and bring you guys this update as I covered yesterday, the news of NFL. I'm not going to call him former NFL player, or because that kind of, says he's retired. I'll just say, free agent Terelle Pryor. As of recently, he was trying to maybe make a comeback to the NFL, lobbying to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But with all of this going on, it seems that, a return may not be looking so good. So anyways, the news came out yesterday that Pryor was stabbed. It was very serious. He underwent a surgery, and the surgery was a success, and it was looking like, everything was going to be good. He would fully recover and he was good to go. But there was also news that there was a woman in custody, and, the whole incident had taken place at his home, the Hines Loft Apartments in North Pittsburgh. Well, yesterday, I kind of made the guess and assumption by doing the math that this was a domestic dispute. The woman at this time yesterday was unnamed. But, and I saw a couple other people kind of, making that same guess or prediction as well. And, obviously it kind of makes sense. Well, a lot more has came out now, and some arrests have been made. And it was indeed a domestic incident. But there's kind of a plot twist to this, I guess we could say. And that is that Pryor has been arrested as well. Although I'm going to point out his charges are nowhere near as serious as the woman. The woman's name is Shalea Briston, and you'll see a picture of her kind of covering her face. That's when she was, coming out of police custody, leaving the city jail or the holding center that she was in. I'm assuming that she made bail. She's 24 years old, and she was charged with attempted homicide. As I said, Pryor's charges way less serious. Pryor, 30 years old, was charged with just simple assault. So, same, as yesterday, he's still in stable condition. He's still, hospitalized, stabbed in the shoulder and chest. But, these domestic disputes, man, can get crazy. Word of advice to anyone out there, not that I'm any kind of expert, but if, you are in a kind of relationship like this where you get in fights and things like that, and, people are getting stabbed or, it doesn't even have to come to this level, of someone getting stabbed. Just if you get into fights, physical altercations, you know what I'm saying? You can't nip it in the butt and come to a resolution when it's just an argument. You know what I mean? You should probably walk away, because things normally get worse, not better. And, another thing that I'm going to add here as I continue on, there is a lot more information I'm going to share with you guys. A witness has spoke to the press. The police are being kind of tight-lipped about this. They've flat out said they're not going to speak to the press at all. They realize, obviously, people, want to know what's going on here. But the witness is a friend of Shalea's, the girlfriend, and word is they've been together a year. You'll see a picture of them, looking happy just earlier in the month of November. But what I also wanted to add is there's alcohol involved in this. Okay, so that's another thing. As you guys all know, alcohol intensifies things always. Some people handle their liquor different than others. But, like any other kind of fight, altercation, argument, alcohol always makes things worse. And it definitely doesn't go well with domestic. Domestic violence and drinks, never a good mix. People die. That's real. That's the reality of this. People die in these kind of fights. Not just women, men. Men have been killed by their girlfriends, and other stuff like that. If you remember Steve McNair, it was a little different situation with him. He was involved in like a love triangle. Another former NFL player, former quarterback for the Titans. a girl that he was seeing, a waitress, I believe she was, killed him and herself. So things like this, man, when there's romance, love, feelings like that involved, things can get way out of hand really, really quick. So getting back to this, as I said, I'm going to go over here the information that we have from the witness who is Shalea's friend, was present during the incident. I'm just pointing out that it was her friend. You got to keep that in mind when you take in this information, But, and that's not in being defense of Pryor at all. I'm just, it's just something you need to know when you hear the information, period. Now, what happened was, this is what the witness is saying. They went out, they had drinks, they had dinner, things seemed to be going well. And when they came back, Terelle Pryor, she says, was mad about something, was waiting in the hallway and addressed whatever the issue was. Like, he was keeping it inside, you know what I mean? And they had gotten to some kind of earlier argument is the word as well. So, that's how it just goes. Emotions, people harbor them feelings inside. And they got into this big argument that spilled into the apartment. And what she's saying is he knocked her down, knocked her out of the way, knocked her down to then what she describes as locked up and tussled with his girlfriend, Shalea Briston. Like, that's some weird way to describe like a man and a woman fighting, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not, there's women out there that can hold their own, but she flat out said locked up and tussled. And then next thing you know, they ended up in the apartment and he's clutching his chest in the kitchen and just is bleeding. So when she called, they didn't call the ambulance though. They drove him on their own. That you can see on the incident report, which I'm sharing a screenshot of that as well, that he came on his own by private means. And police officers, when they came to the hospital room to take the incident report and everything, heard her saying, they said she was voice texting into like a smartwatch and was saying, she had to do it. She was just acting in self-defense. And, I'm just here to make sure he didn't die. And then she was also saying, he should have just died. I mean, I don't know. That's pretty foul to say. But I don't know. I guess that's how she felt. Maybe she was just upset that her friend is the one that, ended up in jail with these serious charges. I don't know, but that's a hell of a thing to say about someone. But like I said, how this was kind of a plot twist. A lot of us came to this conclusion that it was probably some kind of domestic dispute. But it's just the fact that he's charged too is kind of strange, right? Because if someone assaults someone and the other person defends themselves, normally that self-defense is excused. So I don't know if the way the police are looking at this is that Terelle Pryor is the one that was the aggressor and started the assault, so he should be, the fight and assaulted her and should be charged. And then they're saying that she was okay to fight back and defend herself, but because she used a weapon and took it to like greater force than just a physical fight and stabbed him, that's why she's charged too. I don't know. That's just kind of the math I'm doing here, and it kind of makes sense because I don't know, he's the victim of a stabbing, but yet he's charged. So I don't know. We'll have to wait this out and see how it goes. As I said, they're being really quiet with the press on this one, but I'm telling you, man, those domestic situations, like anyone out there who may be living, through this, like in their own personal life right now, where they're the type that they get into these fights with the girlfriend or a girlfriend with the boyfriend or whatever, other kind of couple. If this is how it goes down, you should think about walking away because, like I said, things just don't things don't ever get better, really. They normally get worse, so that's what it is. But get in the comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Terelle Pryor charged simple assault. Shalea Briston, his girlfriend of 1 year, charged with attempted homicide. Something I'm going to add also is, before I close this video out, is that in these situations, they're both the witnesses on each other's case. So who knows how it's going to play out as far as when it gets to court. Like if, as far as like they're both witnesses against each other. And then there's the witness that's her friend. So I don't know, a lot of times in domestic disputes, when it gets to court, the other person, you know, they've made up and they don't want to show up for their significant other to be prosecuted. You know, it is what it is. But we'll have to wait it out and see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, I cover other topics, all different kinds: sports, music, news, current events, all that. And the main idea of my channel is that I always want to hear what you guys, the people, have to say in that comment thread. So let's talk it up in the comments. If you didn't already in the beginning, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like for the video. Help my channel grow. As J Coffee Talk signing out. Thanks for watching once again. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Peace.